We are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me this beautiful Thursday evening. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. Best damn audience on the internet. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. You saw the thumbnail. We're going to get right into it. R.I.P. to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Springer. He even said, I had enough of this crap. I'm out of here. I can't take it no more. And I've seen a lot of stuff. Get me off this planet right now. What the hell's going on with Steven Crowder? I'm going to show y'all some video and you can make up your mind on your own as far as that goes. And Miss Kim Gardner, she's finally going to get hers. The judge said that he didn't like her not showing up to court. We're going to get into all that and a hell of a lot more on tonight's edition of Rebel Without a Reason. What's up, you guys? Thank y'all for being here with me. I definitely appreciate y'all. Starting off firing on all cylinders as usual. Make sure you hit that like button. That subscribe button. Get this where I need it. Right there, right there. Broadcasting live from beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. I definitely appreciate y'all. Who's in the house? Shout out to all my Rumble Rebels over there. All the YouTube folks as well. Give me 1 second here. I gotta put this other one up right there, like that, right there. Bickety bammo. Might even do this one too, just to be fun. We're doing it all. On UHF. Actually, I want to do something different. Something like that. How about that? Let's get into this stuff. Make sure y'all hit that Rebel Without a Reason store at rebelwithoutareason.com. Gonna get all your fun merchandise over there. And you got links to the show and whatnot as well. Links to the show over there too. If you want to watch us on Rumble, you click that button right there. It's going to take you right to the page. Just in case that you ever try to hide the stream from you guys. They are known to do that. You got your Trump gear, you got your Trump mug shot gear, you got your Trump mugs. The FA, FO shirts, pronouns are what now? Get all that fun stuff on rebelwithoutareason.com. Back to the fun stuff. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. That's crazy as hell to me. That's crazy as hell to me. We're going to kick this show off. What another train derailment. How about that? Shout out to Raw S Alerts on this. Multiple train cars have fallen into the Mississippi River, prompting emergency response and hazmat teams. Currently, emergency crews, including hazmat teams, have responded to a major train derailment in Ferryville, Wisconsin, where 4 people have been injured and multiple train cars have fallen into the Mississippi River. It's currently unknown what's inside the cars, but reports are saying there might be paint and lithium batteries in some of those train cars. Who knows? I'm sure Petey Booty's going to be right on it. How long is it going to take? Let's see, it's Thursday. How long is it going to take for somebody to get out there and check that out? You let me know in the comments below. Let's get into this craziness right now. Before we get into all the fun stuff, let's talk about Biden taking them tough questions today. If y'all didn't know, Biden was down at the White House and he was giving the Bring Your Kids to Work Day event. What's happening out there? Let's see what they had going.
What are you eating for breakfast? And also, can I have a fist bump?
You can have a fist bump. And I had a bacon and cheese on a croissant.
Thank you. I'm going to try that.
I mean, bacon, scrambled egg and cheese on a croissant. I forgot the scrambled egg.
Asking those tough questions. Back to you, Kit. Back to you, Chris. Back to you, Sonia. What up? I was just talking about you. What up, Fonzie? Fawn says, well, if Trump shows up, he will be there 2 weeks later. Oh, yeah, for sure. They got to preemptively get people there. Hola. Yeah, Jerry died, man. That's we done lost a legend out here. You know how it goes sometimes. Hola, Fonzie. Before we get into the Jerry Springer show, we're going to get on some Biden first.
I'm Gwen, and what are you going to do to ensure the health care and money for the employees of the White House?
What am I going to do to make sure we have health care for the employees of the White House? We're going to...
Y'all believe this? This little kid is asking Biden about health care for White House employees.
Make sure that we tell the American people what we're doing and why if everybody paid their fair share in taxes, if the super wealthy, like regular people, paid their fair share, we could easily afford this. You know, we have 1,000 billionaires in America. They only pay 8% of their taxes. Your moms and dad pay 25% of their taxes.
So a little kid is supposed to know any of the details he's talking about right there? Had the intellectual fortitude to ask him those type of questions? Crazy as hell. They expect you to believe this shit. And then at the end of the thing, he's still taking questions. He's like, I'm done. I'm not taking any more questions. I'll see y'all later. And then he jumps off stage with the mic and they got the music playing for him. And he starts taking more questions from the kids. Like he couldn't help himself. He was in a playground. And then at the very end, this little kid says, I heard you got to get back inside. Ain't it time for you to get back inside? And he's like, what'd you say? Yeah, it's time for you to go, fool. And he goes, you know what? People tell me what to do all the time. I take more orders than I ever have before. I thought I was supposed to be the one giving the orders. I was like, what the hell? This is crazy exchange. Watch this shit. This is all on the YouTube channel.
Mr. President, I heard you have to get back to the Oval Office.
What was that? Oh. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said you have to get back to I heard you had to get back to the Oval Office.
And by the way, the one thing I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to give orders. But I take more orders than I ever did, and you're right, babe. What's your name?
Kathleen.
Kathleen, what a beautiful name. Kathleen's reminding me I've got to get back to the office. If I don't go, they're going to get the Secret Service working on me, so I'm going to be in trouble. Well, thank you all for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Dude, that was crazy. Was that not crazy? What the hell was going on there? That little kid was like, You need to get inside, fool. He's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I really do need to get inside. You know what? I take a whole lot of orders from people. It just ain't right. Sonia says, reminds me of a 10-year-old boy who came out on stage during Pete Buttplug's presidential campaign. What? What? I missed that. Is this real life? What happened? No more questions, but I'll sniff some hair. Dude, he was... Oh, that was the other one. Oh, I forgot to pull that one, Fawn. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to have to write that down. There was one that said, what's it
like on the inside of the White House?
He said, oh, you want to go inside the White House? And the kid was like,
No, I don't want to go in the White House. I was just asking you, like, what it's like. You're the president. Could you describe it to me, like vivid detail, but not too much detail, please?
And he was like, no, come inside with me. I'm going to take you inside. And you want to go inside? And he started taking the little kid like he was going inside. And the kid was like, no, thanks. He said, oh, you want to stay here? Oh, okay. He said, you can stay with me. No. That kid wasn't having it. Sonia said, I love how everything they do is 100% scripted. Nobody thinks on their feet because they're so fake and phony. Oh, yeah, for sure. You already know. And no one has have to battle. G.I. Jose. Isn't it great? All scripted. That's why there won't be any Democratic debates. Oh, yeah, dude, that's crazy. Because nobody will be able to stay on the script. There's going to be so many actors. Like, dude, who was up on the notes today? Oh, he was actually 9. What? Yeah, give me 1 second. So the kid was 9 years old and like came out to Booty Juge on the thing there. What you saying to me now, woman? Give me 1 second, guys. I have to open up this other little YouTube chat because it's stupid. I need more steps, please. Give me more steps to do. Give me 9 steps. Give me 9 steps, mister. I hope this stream don't get shut down because it was acting weird earlier. And if it does that, just hang on and we'll bring it back. Don't even fret.
Okay, the next question comes from Zachary, age 9. Oh, wow. And this is a really touching question. He says, thank you for being so brave. Would you help me tell the world I'm gay too? I want to be brave like you.
Wow.
Scripted. You know, this shit is scripted as hell. I mean, I know little kids get feelings for people, like they got little best friends and whatnot, and you might have a crush on a girl. Is that what they're insinuating here, that this child's got a crush on one of his classmates or whatever, and it happens to be a dude? Scripted like a mofo. You already know. Scripted like a mofo. Let's go. Tell me one time, because I don't know. I'm going to open up these phone lines one time, though. Play this mess.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is for me? Thank you. Did you make it? Zachary just gave me something he made. I'm going to be wearing it tonight. Thanks very much for that.
You're going to be wearing it tonight when you do what, sir?
Well, I don't think you need a lot of advice from me on bravery. You seem pretty strong. To see you, it took me a long time to figure out how to tell even my best friend that I was gay, let alone to go out there and tell the world. And to see you willing to come to terms with who you are in a room full of 1,000 people, thousands of people you've never met, that's really something. When I was trying to figure out who I was afraid that who I was might mean that I could never make a difference. And what wound up happening instead is that it's a huge part of the difference I get to make. I never could have seen that coming. And you'll never know whose life you might be affecting right now, just by standing here, right now. There's a lot of power in that. Even if I can't promise it'll always be easy, I can promise you that I'm going to be rooting for you. And I think there's a whole bunch of people here who are going to be rooting you every step of the way. I'm really impressed. And thanks for that. That's really kind.
Dumb. Dumber than hell. God damn it. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to fix something out here. Boom. Boom. There's that number scrolling right there in case you want to call me and holler at me about some stuff. Shout out to Sonia for that video. Yeah, 9 years old and he knows. He knows certain things being a 9-year-old child like that. It's just weird, man. Yeah, it made me think about, like, what's he going to be doing later with his bracelet on. Giving his husband a reach around while he's got his bracelet on. TMI. So shout out to Jerry Springer getting back on topic. That fool had the craziest show on TV and he said, man, I'm out of here. Can't do it no more.
On MySpace, yeah. And she's a very beautiful woman. She's tall, skinny, she's redhead, very beautiful woman.
Why don't we do it this way? Because you've never met her before.
Never met her.
Well, then I'm going to ask you to leave for a few moments. Hi, Joby.
Hello, Jerry. But I have a secret to tell him.
You have a secret to tell him?
Yes.
And your secret is?
I'm a man, Jerry.
I'm nervous on national TV, I know, but, like, I wanted to ask, like, maybe, like, you know, you could be my girlfriend.
Well, Brad, I have to tell you, I'm a man.
I'll try anything once.
No, dude, no.
On MySpace?
On MySpace. I remember that was totally taboo back in the day. Like, I mean, dude, and even when the dudes would come out as gay like that or as a woman, as what was happening right there, they had already usually had some type of a sexual encounter. And I'm like, dude, how could you not know? And they even said it themselves. We had sex and everything. Like, yeah, how did you not know? I mean, Andrew Tate said, move it out of the way. So, oh, Morton Downey Jr. Sonya says, speaking of old talk shows, who remembers Morton Downey Jr.? Yeah, I remember that big mouth that he had on like his backdrop or his logo. Jerry Springer was crazy as hell, man. And they said he died of, he had a short illness or something right before he died. I'm not sure if it was related to anything controversial. Maybe you could let me know. Yeah, so he was 79 years old. Jerry Springer, politician turned TV ringmaster, dies at 79.
Welcome into Local News Live. I'm Brian Pierce, and this is Troy Washington. Some breaking news we need to share with you. Jerry Springer is dead at the age of 79.
After a very long and extensive career, we remember him from the Jerry Springer Show. You also can remember him from his political career as mayor, city council. He's done a long list of things.
Yeah, mayor of Cincinnati. He thought about running for governor of Ohio back in 2017, decided against that. In his recent years, he kept up with the times, had a podcast, and was also on a very popular show.
Judge Jerry as well, America's Got Talent. He's pretty much done it all. Of course, we will continue to bring you the latest, but we are just breaking in to let you guys know that Jerry Springer dead at 79.
We do not have a cause yet of his passing. When we get that information, we will relay that on to you. You are watching Local News Live.
Keep it right here.
Keep it right here. Keep it right there. Keep it everywhere. Yeah, that's crazy, man. He did Judge Jerry, too. I forgot about that. Oh, Judge Judy's show. She had a show. Oh, Judge Joe Brown, he had a show. Those are all funny shows, man. The lights were off. What you talking about? Oh, the lights were off. Turn out the lights. Yeah, you would still feel the meat and the two veg, man. The meat and taters. I think they know, but they play along because they're in some sort of denial, the men who date trans women. Yeah, it's probably more of a fetish type thing, you know what I'm saying? Fetishes and whatnot. Oh, well, we got Fonz in the building, dude. Check this shit out, homeboy. This was in Dublin, Texas. RIP headphone users. Look at that cow getting his ass beat out there by that hail. Looks like that pool is boiling. National Weather Service issued an urgent severe thunderstorm warning for Dublin, Perves, Claret, and All-In, Texas, as they are calling this a life-threatening situation. I'm tenderizing the hell out of that meat, dude. Big meat or little meat? Hail ranging from the side of baseballs to softball size in some areas, with reports of hail as large as grapefruit size reported in Waco, Texas. Look at that shit. He's getting his beef tenderized out there. Holy crap. Look at that size of that, son. Look at the size of that shit. What up, Anthony McQuaid? Guardius in the house. See how they're little balls like that? They get started with a little speck of dirt, like what's on her hand right there. And it gets wrapped up in water, and that shit gets tossed up into the air repeatedly over and over and over again until it gets bigger and bigger, and then the wind can't keep it aloft anymore, and it all starts falling down. It looks like a little brain almost, you know what I'm saying? But it gathers up more and more water and ice accumulation as it gets bigger and bigger, getting blown up over and over. So there were some high winds involved with that storm. That was sideways hail right there. That was going sideways hail. Shout out to Raw Alerts on that. It had an angle to it. See how it's coming down at an angle like that? Tearing your shit up, son. Busting your windshield out of your car. Fucking siding up on your house. Denting the hell out of your car. Some of that ain't gonna be repairable. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Biden brain, yeah. Frozen solid. I'm going to work backwards tonight on these stories. So remember the other day we were talking about the rock throwing incident over the bridge where the kids were, somebody was throwing rocks over the bridge and it went into this young lady's car and it actually killed her, and her damn friend found her on the side of the street. Well, we got an update for that case. They actually caught the people that did it. And what do you guess? 3 teens arrested in connection to the death of the Colorado woman killed by a rock thrown at a car. These little bastards right here. Let's watch this.
Teens will be in court tomorrow in connection to the death of a 20-year-old woman. Jefferson County Sheriff's officials say that they made 3 arrests in the death of Alexa Bartell, who was killed after a rock was thrown through her windshield last week.
All 3 suspects are facing first-degree murder with extreme indifference charges. 11 News reporter Jared Dean is joining us in studio. Jared, the sheriff's office says they used cell phone information to identify those suspects.
Adam and Lindsay investigators said that and information from the public led to the arrests of Joseph Koenig, Nicholas Krolchik, and Zachary Quack, all 18 years old, in connection with multiple incidents of rocks hitting cars.
The community was with us on this journey to catch these suspects, for sure.
Jackie Kelly with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says investigators worked around the clock for the last week before making arrests of these 3 teenagers. They say they're connected to a series of vehicles being hit by rocks.
It was non-stop, day and night, since this happened.
Dude, that was half a fucking boulder. Look at that. God damn. Dude, that's a big-ass hole in that car. Holy macaroni. What up, Jacob? How you doing, sir? Didn't see you sneak in on me. Murder, aren't they supposed to be charged teens with that? They're only supposed to get misdemeanors. No, they're light-skinned. Different rules for these.
Investigators say one of those rocks thrown killed 20-year-old Alexa Bartell, who was on the phone with a friend when she was hit.
This was a beautiful young woman with her whole life in front of her who was simply driving home. And her life was ended as a result of these acts.
In addition to Bartell, deputies say 2 other victims were hurt and 7 vehicles in total were hit by rocks in both Jefferson and Boulder counties. Nathan Tipton's car was one of them.
My first initial reaction when it happened was anger. I thought that, somebody intentionally threw something at my car and damaged my car, could have done something else to myself.
Suspects are facing murder charges, and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says there will be more charges. They did not share the specifics on the cell phone forensic evidence, but we are expected to know more when the affidavits are released. We'll continue to follow this as it progresses. Back to you.
I'd like to know what the difference is between these 3 kids and the 2 little kids. They weren't even little kids. I mean, these little bastards are teenagers, you know what I'm saying? They know how to drive a car. They stole that car and ran into a lady and killed her baby that was 6 months old. And they only got misdemeanor charges right now. And these 3 little bastards right here threw rocks at cars and they get murder. Make it make sense. I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. Nor do I pretend to be. Crazy. This is a video that I found I thought was interesting on YouTube. Came across my feed. It was about mass psychosis. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but it'd be a good one for y'all to watch because it talks about how the media controls people's moods and keeps you in a roller coaster going up and down, up and down. You get psyoped and shit. Let's watch this.
School presentation was written and narrated by Academy of Ideas. Check out their YouTube channel for more of their videos. The masses have never thirsted after truth. They turn aside from evidence that is not to their taste, preferring to deify error if error seduce them. Whoever can supply them with illusions is easily their master. Whoever attempts to destroy...
What state was the car story, Sonia? The one that the 2 kids ran into each other? Let me find that. I have it on my bookmarks, I think. I'll have to look that up here in a second, Sonia. Let me look it up while this is playing.
Their illusions is always their victim. According to the psychologist Carl Jung, the greatest threat to civilization lies not with the forces of nature, nor with any physical disease, but with our inability to deal with the forces of our own psyche. We are our own worst enemies, or as the Latin proverb puts it, man is a wolf to man. In Civilization in Transition, Jung states that this proverb is a sad yet eternal truism, and our wolf-like tendencies come most prominently into play at those times of history when mental illness becomes the norm rather than the exception in a society, a situation which Jung termed a psychic epidemic. Indeed, it is becoming ever more obvious, he writes, that it is not famine, not earthquakes, not microbes, not cancer, but man himself, who is man's greatest danger to man, for the simple reason that there is no adequate protection against psychic epidemics, which are infinitely more devastating than the worst of natural catastrophes. In this video, we are going to explore the most dangerous of all psychic epidemics, the mass psychosis.
The mass psychosis. I'm not trying to bore y'all with this, but this is what's happening right now, so I kind of want to let y'all see a little bit of this. We're not going to watch it all.
Psychosis is an epidemic of madness, and it occurs when a large portion of a society loses touch with reality and descends into delusions. Such a phenomenon is not a thing of fiction. Two examples of mass psychoses are the American and European witch hunts of the 16th and 17th centuries, and the rise of totalitarianism in the 20th century. During the witch hunts, thousands of individuals, mostly women, were killed, not for any crimes they committed, but because they became the scapegoats of societies gone mad.
Yeah, so they'll burn your ass at the stake if the society says so. An epidemic of madness occurs when a large portion of society loses touch with reality and descends into delusions. Yeah, it was Chicago, Fonzie. I just found it. Thank you. Oh, they used George Carlin on the video? That's cool. Not like you can see this. Boom, I get out of the way. Yeah, it was very interesting, that video there. I need to actually go here and subscribe to this. I like some of those videos that have some of the sketches and drawings and stuff like that with it. It helps get the point illustrated across a little bit more. Yeah, so here's the Chicago story I was telling you about the two kids running into the car.
Killed when a stolen car crashed into their vehicle. They are also questioning the charges that were brought against two teens police say were involved. A 14 and 17-year-old were charged with misdemeanor criminal trespassing, but the family says that is a slap in the face. 6-month-old Christian Uvidia was killed when a stolen car crashed into the pickup truck he was riding in with his mom near Washington and Costner in West Garfield Park last Sunday. The truck was then sent headfirst into a tree. The boy's mom.
See, this is a truck, and people think that they're safe in these big-ass trucks. She's in the driver's seat. That kid was in the back somewhere, and the kid got killed.
And two siblings were also hurt, but have since been released from the hospital. Community activist Andrew Holmes is calling on the teens police say were responsible for stealing the car and causing the crash to face felony charges.
So who is more at fault? A bunch of little bastards that stole a car and ran it into somebody and killed a child, injured a bunch of people, or some little idiots that were throwing rocks over the bridge and killed somebody that way? Who had the worst intent and who's facing murder charges?
Trespassing to a vehicle is like you give respect to that vehicle more than you give to this baby. 6 months, a 6-month-old I'm asking the state's attorney, Kim Foxx, and anybody who's in the state's attorney's office to upgrade them charges to reckless homicide.
Kim Foxx. Ain't that the same damn prosecutor that was fucking around with the Juicy Smollett case? Y'all let me know. That's what I remember. Kim Foxx was involved with that shit.
This was a homicide.
And the baby's aunt released a statement to us saying in part, "We are not only saddened by the loss of our precious baby, but we are disgusted by the fact that the city we know and once loved is choosing to not defend and protect the victims of these terrible crimes, but instead chooses to sympathize with criminals." We reached out to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to find out if it is possible that these charges will be upgraded. They referred us to CPD. Meanwhile, police say detectives are still investigating.
Dude, what's more to investigate before you put charges on these little bastards? Oh, Kim Foxx is Soros back too? Of course she is. Of course. Sonny, don't say that. Jerry Springer couldn't take it either. I get your sentiment. So it's crazy, man. It's definitely a two-sided situation. Justice is not blind, I can tell you that. Another example of that is Disney's trying to sue Florida Governor DeSantis now. Seeing this shit?
Disney is suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the takeover of its theme park district. In the lawsuit, Disney is alleging, quote, a targeted campaign of government retaliation orchestrated at every step by Governor DeSantis as punishment for Disney's protected speech, end quote. The dispute has been ongoing since the company opposed Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay law. The suit was filed after DeSantis took over Disney World's self-governing district and appointed a board to oversee park services. DeSantis' office issued a statement as well, claiming, quote, this lawsuit is yet another unfortunate example of their hope to undermine the will of the Florida voters and operate outside the bounds of the law, end quote. Disney is the parent company of ABC7.
Yeah, he made sure to put that in there. That's our Disney is our parent company. We ain't saying nothing wrong about Massa now. We just report on the news now. Don't be mad at it now. Fuck out of here. Sonny said, I didn't even know that they had such rights in Florida. Why does Disney feel so entitled to it anyway? Oh, that's old money in that area there. They got in with the big wigs way back in the day, and they had those backdoor deals and real estate situations where they own the whole block, like the regular cops don't even get to come in there and police the situation. It's up to Disney to police the whole area. Like, come on, man. Moving on here.
New at 5, a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. A Cobb County mother facing charges after police say she admitted to driving under the influence of heroin with a baby in the car. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live at Marietta Police Headquarters. And Michael, you got a look at newly released video from the incident.
And Linda, I got to tell you, you don't even have to be a parent to be impacted by this video. It's extremely tough. What you're going to see is an innocent baby sitting in his car seat. And in this video, the baby is all smiles, but you can really tell that the situation's taking a toll on officers who suspect that the baby's mother is high on heroin.
Hey, cool, right?
It's the video breaking hearts across Metro Atlanta.
You're gonna be all right, okay, buddy?
An infant sitting all alone in his car seat, unaware that his mom is headed to jail. Those voices you hear in the video are coming from 2 Marietta police officers who are clearly upset by what they're witnessing.
At least the window was cracked just a tad bit. I don't know how hot it is down there right now, but you know how kids just be dying in cars and shit. But she's passed out in that mofo for real. Sleepy night-night.
My damn heart, brother.
This is.
Dude, I'd never seen anything like that, so I have no idea.
Marietta police say it all began Sunday afternoon when employees of this McDonald's off Bells Ferry Road called 911, reporting that a woman had passed out behind the wheel of a car with a baby inside.
Clearly high up something.
She's still in the car?
Yeah, she's still in there. And the baby's just sitting there looking. She ordered food and you see the baby's back there.
Ma'am? 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 Hey, Marietta Police, ma'am. Hey, what's going on? Hey, stop reaching. What's going on?
Stop reaching.
You're really tired?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and turn the car off for me real quick.
The driver, identified by police as 24-year-old Kelsey Warren, is completely out of it.
What we find out later is that she is a heroin addict, that she was using heroin, had used recently. There was also cocaine in the car.
These photos show an officer pulling a syringe from the car. Fortunately, the driver's son wasn't injured, but investigators say this is becoming an all too familiar scene.
Sadly, we get these calls multiple times a week.
Multiple times a week, wow.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Marietta police officers carry a can of Narcan with them. Now, in this particular situation, they didn't have to use it, but there have been countless times where they have saved lives going to these types of calls. Meantime, this mother tonight, Kelsey Warren, she remains behind bars facing numerous charges. We're live in Marietta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Wow, dude. Could you imagine that shit? Like, your mom and daddy is crackheads. They falling asleep in the McDonald's drive-thru. Sad as hell. Yeah, Sonia, yeah. Sonia says, do you think it's possible that parents forget their child was in the car seats, by the way? I watched the story of a woman who went to work and did a full day at her job and forgot the baby. Wow. Yeah, I saw one where I think it was a woman. She was a police officer. And I think she might have been having a tryst with another police officer. Don't quote me on that part. But the woman went over with the baby and had the kid in the car and had her little tryst and everything, and the kid died in the car. And the whole investigation found out that she was messing around with the dude and all this. Man, I lose my damn mind. I got a couple Debbie Downer stories tonight. Sorry about that. Gotta let y'all know what they're doing to these kids out here. Child's body found in a bucket in the mother's front yard. Graphic detail on this.
Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for coming here this afternoon. I'm Sheriff Joseph Pinto, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. I'm here with the Harahan Police Chief, Ed Lepre, the Jefferson Parish Coroner, Jerry Sutanovich, Harahan Mayor, Tim Baudier, and Jefferson Parish Councilman, Dino Bonanno. Here to announce a very sad case in the city of Harahan, which occurred last night and this morning. Earlier today at around 7:30 a.m., a father walked into the Harahan Police Department to report his child, along with his 43-year-old girlfriend, missing. When he woke up this morning, the 6-year-old and the 43-year-old were not in the house, although an older child was still in the house there. Reported it to the Harahan Police Department. They started investigating it as a missing person. They went to the house, started doing canvases in that neighborhood. The mother of the biological mother of the child lives approximately 1 block away around the corner. So the investigation led to go to that location. Upon arriving at that location, they located best to be able to describe it, maybe a 10-gallon bucket. It's a chlorine bucket, large, a little larger than a 5-gallon bucket on the front lawn of the mother's house. When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket. Turned into a homicide investigation. Obviously, at that point, homicide detectives from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office were called out to the scene. We utilized not only our resources with the Sheriff's Office, but also used the Major Crimes Task Force to come out and try to start canvassing the neighborhood, which our attention was drawn very quickly to the missing girlfriend, who is now missing in action, right? We could not necessarily find her. We were able to find numerous video from different households in the neighboring area, which showed her pulling a wagon down late last night with the bucket inside the back of that wagon. Ended up performing an autopsy today on the child, and we can classify the child's death as a homicide at this point in time. We ended up doing extensive interviews with both the mother and the father, the biological mother and the father. We do not believe that they are involved in any foul play involved with the death of Miss Bella Fontenot, who is the 6-year-old that is deceased. Those interviews also continue to lead us in our investigation, looking for the suspect in this case, which I have 3 different names. Hannah Landon, which is an American name. She is described as an Asian female. Hannah Landon, Hannah, last name Landon, Landon, also known as Bunak Lim.
So it was an Asian lady. She had a wagon with the bucket in the back. That's crazy as hell. You're a psychotic person if you kill a baby and put it in a bucket.
Bunnak, last name Lim, or Bunak Landon, 43-year-old Asian female. As we were doing our best in order to locate her around 2 o'clock this afternoon, we were notified that she was possibly at one of our local hospitals. We were able to locate her at one of the local hospitals. She is now in JPSO custody, where she'll hopefully later be booked with at least 1 count of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. Got a lot of different evidence with a lot of different scenes here, that we'll continue to work through. But of course, we have an arrest, and we have, more tragically, the death of the 6-year-old, which is going to be a big shock to the small community of Harahan. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief Lepre for any questions, and I'll take some questions afterwards, Joe.
Wow. And they don't take many questions after they do that anyway, but so it was the girlfriend that did it. The sheriff said that a young girl's body was found in a bucket in the front yard of the biological mother's home. It was the father's girlfriend that did it. Crazy as hell. What's up, 6 in the house? SC Wolverine's in the house. I'm doing good, sir. How are you? I appreciate you being here. I don't know why you don't get notifications. Did you make sure you hit that bell and click the all button? If you make sure you click that all button, you should get them. But you know how it is with YouTube. They want to hide me from y'all. Trying to keep me from my friends. Move on to this next thing. Y'all remember the Fuji's rapper? Oh, prize Michael. Michael? I don't know how you pronounce his name. This is the guy right here. The ex-Fuji's rapper who funneled $800,000 to Barack Obama's campaign in 2012, found guilty in a scheme to help China influence the U.S. government. The Grammy Award-winning Fuji's rapper, Prize Michael, he was found guilty on Wednesday of 10 criminal counts related to an international conspiracy aimed at influencing the U.S. government. Duh. I got Biden and Barack over here playing grab ass. Coming to you from Simon Atiba, my man over there on the Twitter box. Get this shit out of my way. Let's listen to the article. You want to hear me play it? Ten counts international conspiracy. Faced multiple counts over a failed conspiracy to help Malaysian businessman Zhou Lo and the Chinese government gain access to U.S. officials, including the former presidents Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Mitchell was found guilty of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. witness tampering and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government. He was impersonating an agent? Wow. He faces up to 20 years in prison. Holy hell. Reportedly funneled over 800,000 of 20 million paid to him by Lowe in 2012 to Obama's campaign through a number of straw donors. Mitchell testified he never used the money at Lowe's direction, but instead saw it as his money, which he could spend however he wanted. I could have bought 12 elephants with it, he told the jury. However, prosecutors alleged that Lowe directed over $100 million to Mitchell to help push the government, including Trump, to drop its investigation into Lowe. Michael also testified that he only tried to help Lowe find an attorney in the U.S. and only told authorities about Chinese dissident Guo Wengui because he thought he was a criminal. However, prosecutors alleged that Michael advocated for the extradition of Wengui probably is how you say that, on behalf of the Chinese government. The former Fugees member also said that the $100 million was for a media business he was starting, and the investment wasn't from Lowe. Wow. Lowe got charged, and he's believed to be in China. The other dude was arrested and charged by the Justice Department for defrauding investors in an unrelated case. Crazy as hell. No sentencing date has been set yet. Who would have thought one of the dudes from the Fugees would be into some shit like this? Crazy. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank y'all for being here this evening. Shout out to my rebels. Thank y'all very much. Remember, you can catch me every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock on YouTube and Rumble. Make sure you follow me over there at Rebel Without a Reason. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rebel WOA Reason. Also follow me on YouTube at The Rebel Without a Reason. You can also get this show available at your favorite podcasting platforms. Stitcher, Spotify, Apple iTunes, all that fun stuff. Shout out to my moderators. I appreciate y'all so much. Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zetawichi's Cane Sword, Latina and Cali, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. Best damn co-host on the internet. Make sure you call in before we end the show. 615-348-5482. Number's going to be scrolling right there for you. I appreciate y'all. What up, fool? I'm going to keep on going down the road here. Here's some breaking news from the Gays Against Groomers. A transgender representative in Minnesota has introduced a bill that will remove exclusions of pedophiles from the protected class of sexual orientation. This means that it will be illegal to discriminate against child rapists. This is what we've been sounding the alarms about. There's a concerted effort to normalize sexualization of children and to legalize pedophilia. This is one more step toward that end goal. We need everyone to join this fight before it's too late. So here's the bill. I'll read some of this here. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of details. Sexual orientation does not include a physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult. This is one of the dudes here that's putting it forth. There's some of the ugliest motherfuckers out there too, boy. They ain't my type no way, but I'm just saying. Sony says, breaking random news update. JJ Vallow, Laura's case. Guess they hadn't yet revealed how the kids were killed. I seen a bunch of different stuff. But it said asphyxia from the plastic bag put over his head and duct tape over his mouth. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I saw that. Terrible way to go. And she was saying that they were zombies. They were not part of the 144,000. She's a total wacko, man. She's one of those super religious nuts that's got her own. She thinks it's 144,000 people that are chosen to be the next keepers of the earth, I guess you would say. She's just a straight up weirdo. Yeah, that's crazy. I hadn't been following her case very much just because, I mean, everybody knows she did it. You know what I mean? Do we need all these other details about it? I guess we do, but they're going through all the motions to make sure they take care of the trash, you know? Give me 1 second here, guys. You'll see Tucker Carlson came out with his video. Supposedly, Fox News created a dossier to trash the former host if he goes on the attack. Supposedly, allegedly. After being silent for 48 hours after it was announced that he would be parting ways, Tucker Carlson broke his silence in a new video posted on Twitter on Wednesday night. In the video, Carlson made no mention of Fox News, but he did take some silent jabs toward the network. What the hell was the video then? So I can find this video, something like that.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
Yeah, they probably kicked him up out of there because he was telling too much. Can't be saying too much now. Can't be saying too much now. Get yourself in trouble. I know what I'm talking about. Oh shit, yeah. Did y'all see this shit too, man? New York Post did an article about Biden flying immigrant children around in the middle of the night. Watch this shit.
On bombshell new claims about the border crisis, as the New York Post reports the White House is secretly flying planes packed with underage migrants across the country, jetting them from Texas to New York in the cover of night. All this leading critics to wonder why the Biden administration would need this kind of covert operation if it had nothing to hide. On bombshell new claims about the border crisis, as the New York Post.
What's going on, man? Is that probably why he don't want to stop the border crisis? He's allegedly got children coming across there for him. Got his own in-house. I have no idea. It's all alleged. New York Post did an article about it, though. Yeah, they've been doing it for 3 years, dude. That's a lot of people. That is a whole lot of people. Yeah, it's been going on for a while. Of course it is. Don't do anything to stop it. All right, so y'all, did y'all hear about what's going on with Steven Crowder? Norm, what's up, homeboy? Norm's in the house. Show him some love. Y'all saw Steven Crowder. I don't know if y'all watched any of the news lately, but I'm about to show you some crazy shit about him. He had a beef going on with Candace Owens, and he was trying to throw her under the bus, so just hating, you know, hate, throwing it out there. And you know how it is. Hell hath no fear like a woman scorned, and she was pissed. So she had a video out today. The other video yesterday talked about how he was just kind of in a weird place. He's going through a divorce with his wife right now, which kind of sucks. And somebody that went through a divorce, I can tell you that even just not having it in front of the cameras, not in front of YouTube, in front of everybody in the world, it's crap. You know what I mean? You don't want to go through it, but having it being so out there in the public is crazy as hell. You know, everything's caught on camera nowadays. So this is going to be some disturbing video for people to watch, but it's something that we all need to see because video don't lie. We don't know the exact context of what's going on here, but basically he's having a conversation with his wife. Give you the synopsis before we go there. The newly leaked security camera footage shows Steven Crowder treating his 8-month pregnant wife like a slave. This is from D. Scott on Twitter. But the video was from Candace Owens. Shout out to Boomhowers for sending me that. Treating his 8-month pregnant wife like a slave, ordering her around and verbally abusing her, allegedly. She was concerned about handling the dog's medication because of fears that it's toxic to pregnant women. So instead of doing it himself, he ordered her to put on some gloves and do it anyway. So let's get into the video. Disturbing language, man, for this man talking to his wife like this. And she's pregnant too. Wrong.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries today. I'd be happy.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not a reasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
you are not.
Then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Stephen.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Stephen,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen.
And making it work. The only way out of it is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, and we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline and respect.
Stephen.
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. We're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage anymore. I'm going to go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not going to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm going to just
walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? Don't you take Betty?
Crazy as hell. So let's examine this shit just a tad bit. He was saying that's not going to work either. He's trying to negotiate with her. She's trying to negotiate with him, obviously. But, I mean, she's got a big old pregnant belly, dude. Why could you do that to your pregnant wife? I don't understand. I'll play it again for you, Sonia. Hang on, honey. But yeah, let's play it from this point and then we can examine it.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back.
That doesn't work either. That doesn't work either. Toxic as hell. Yep, abusive relationship, Jacob says. Absolutely. And that's why she's divorcing his ass, man. This dude can pay assistants to do all this shit, but he's bitching at her about it. He's like telling her to walk the dogs. What up? Cat's in the house. What up, cat? How you doing? Sneaking in the back door. F off Crowder. I bet he pulls that crap with women or people he thinks he can beat in a fight. Yeah, I'm sure, dude. He seems like a bully, you know. I told y'all stories about him that I had heard from Owen Benjamin already. He worked for him, so he knows the guy. And he knew he was recording him way back in the day. Remember that recording issue he just went through? Recording people that he was supposedly friends with and whatnot. Yeah, he wasn't really negotiating with her, to be honest, yeah. Seemed like he was bullying her around or anything. This is not going to work either. A fucking crybaby. Let's watch it again. Sonya missed it. Rewind it. Let's do it again. Yeah, that was Crowder, cat. Watch it again. I'll get out of the way.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I'd be happy.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
you are not.
Then I will ask them to pick me up. What would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Stephen.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
He's telling her to get an Uber.
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either. Do you understand the difference between my life being set to...
Let's just put priorities in order here. Look at this fly-ass house that he's got going on here. It's got a nice outdoor patio set. The dog's chilling. You got a pregnant wife. You're making $1 million. This fucking jacuzzi pool area is fucking pimp tight. Like, dude, appreciate what you have in life and quit being a little bitch.
Second, and you're going to be back when I'm back.
Stephen.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Stephen.
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
You give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, you're a beast.
Yeah, Sonya, she's wanting to go get groceries and stuff. And he wants to sit on his ass, but he doesn't want her to take the car. Yeah, see, I'm wondering, they don't have two cars? I don't understand where the other car is, why this is even an argument. But it obviously is. He's so insecure that he doesn't want her to go. He said, you can do the wifely duties. Like, dude, most of that shit's your job right now. She's pretty incapacitated, so it's your job to step up and help her. Men feel very helpless when their wife is pregnant, like they can't do shit. Like, all I can do is just, she gonna take the baby. What can I do? Motherfucker, it's your turn now to step up and do all the hard lifting shit. Do all the stuff that she cannot do. While she's cooking that little bundle of joy in there.
Sick.
Watch it.
Sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some.
And him talking to her the way she is right now, she's under a lot of stress. You can tell how she's breathing, kind of like, okay, I will get whatever you need. She tries several times to calm it back down, That's putting stress on her body. She don't need no stress. She don't need no emotional shit going on right now. Yes, ma'am, the babies feel that, Sonya. This will be hormonal weird shit going on with the chemistry of the kid going on right now. They're cooking this baby. She's all upset. Weird shit's going on, so.
We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem.
Boom.
I've never received love from you.
That's what got me too. He said, I don't love you. That's the point.
Engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big.
He's saying, I don't love you. That's the big problem.
I've never received love from you, and the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, just be disciplined about it, you go, no, but I love you more than life itself. Okay, put on some gloves. No, but I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right, we're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage anymore. I'm going to go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not going to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm good.
Like, she's pregnant. He's wanting her to walk the dogs. Like, come on, dude.
The medication, the dogs. Don't you take Betty?
So he screams, I will fuck you up at the end there. I didn't get to see that part of the footage, but yeah, he's lost all credibility now. What are you supposed to do? How do you recover from that is what I want to know. Oh, lordy. Sonya sent me some stuff for the after party. The after party show that will be starting soon on Rumble, by the way. Thank you guys for showing up. I definitely appreciate y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all my rebels. Kabam. Thank y'all so very much. Yeah, Noel, I thought that too for a second when he was saying, go get some gloves, go get some gloves. I'm like, what is he talking about? Is he like wanting to fight his wife right now? And then it was like, oh, okay. The story had a little bit more detail. Shout out to all my moderators, Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zeta Witchy's Cane Sword, Latina and Callie, and the beautiful Miss Sonya Scrapbook. Best damn co-host on the internet. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to go to Rumble in just a second. We're going to cover one last story over here on this side. And that's old Kim Gardner. Remember her, Sonya? She's the attorney in St. Louis when the young lady got smashed by that car and had her legs amputated. She's the one that let the dude go repeatedly. So he was able to do that. So the judge moves to hold Garner, assistant attorney, in the indirect criminal contempt at Thursday hearing. Gardner's office will be asked at the Thursday hearing to explain why she shouldn't be held in contempt and of court for failing to show up to a trial. And I watched a little bit of that. It's a video on their website. You can watch the whole little thing streamed. But the judge basically was asking her representative. She didn't even show up, and he made sure, okay, she knew what time to be here. Heather, she knew what time to be here. She knew what the date was. She knows all the details of the case. Why come she's not here? They didn't really have an answer. Yes, sir, Jacob. We're going to continue on Rumble. We're going to do some hard-hitting stories over there because we can't show that stuff on YouTube. But we're going to finish this last one here of old Miss Kim. So there's a whole video on that website if you care to go watch it. It's on KSDK.com, St. Louis website. The Judge Michael Noble on Thursday moved to hold St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner and Assistant Circuit Attorney Chris Deslitz in indirect criminal contempt of court after her office failed to show up at the trial and subsequent hearing in an armed robbery case. Why wouldn't you show up if you're going to try to convict people of armed robbery? At the 1:30 p.m. hearing, Gardner's office was asked to explain why or someone from her office shouldn't be jailed, fined, or both for contempt of court. And this judge was cool as hell, too. He took his time talking to them gentlemen and, finding out what their credentials were, why they were there. And she sent one of her employees there. He said, is she the boss? Is she the head of the ship, as people would say? She's the running things? Yes, sir, she is. Basically, why are you here? Yeah, hopefully she will get booted, Sonia. So he said he was late, and the attorneys in his circuit are routinely because they can't be in multiple places at the same time, adding that every lawyer is late to the division every day unless he's unemployed. But he got into it on him like, you knew what time to be here too. You weren't here. Why weren't you here on this date? And then he got into his social media, said, okay, on this date you were supposed to be here. He's reading this statement. Mr. Attorney, you tried to say that your ankle was hurt. You weren't hurt. You didn't want to come to court. Like, boy, he was wearing them out. It was good. I would suggest y'all go watching it. Let's watch a tad bit of it here.
The Circuit Attorney's Office appears to be a rudderless ship of chaos.
Just hours ago, a judge moved to hold the St. Louis Circuit Attorney and one of her assistant prosecutors in indirect criminal contempt after they failed to show up for another trial. This was the second hearing for Gardner and her staff this week after they failed to show up to two separate trials, and the judge today had some strong words for her.
Christine Byers was in court for the hearing. She is live downtown. He did not mince words, Christine.
He definitely did not, Kelly. Disregard, disdain, disobedience, and disrespect were some of those words that Judge Michael Noble used to describe Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner and her office in his courtroom today. All words that she wasn't even there to hear herself. The case in question centers on a 2020 shooting in which an 11-year-old girl was injured by a stray bullet. Assistant Circuit Attorney Chris Deslitz did not appear for trial April 10th, having a fellow prosecutor tell the judge he was dealing with a knee injury. The judge then scheduled a status hearing for Monday, and Deslitz was a no-show for that hearing too. In court today, Deslitz told the judge he was in another courtroom for another matter, and by the time he made it to Noble's courtroom Monday, the door was already locked. Judge Noble noted multiple times Kim Gardner herself did not appear in his courtroom for today's hearing.
Look at that Captain America shield on his wall right there. That's cool. So
Also noted, Deslitz alone is assigned to 104 felony cases.
Any prudent practitioner would expect such a caseload to create countless irreconcilable conflicts. It does not appear she has made any reasonable efforts to prevent the resulting chaos. It appears that Ms. Gardner has complete indifference and a conscious disregard for the judicial process.
Gardner now has until May 30th to prepare her defense for the contempt hearing, and a special prosecutor will be appointed. Now, I also spoke to the suspect's mother who was in court today, and she told me she worked at Popeye's Chicken for 14 years. And if she was ever late to work or missed work, she would be fired. And she thinks Kim Gardner needs to be fired too. Live outside the courthouse in downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Boom, that was it on that shit. So hopefully her ass will get fired and prosecuted.
A new court filing lays out the Missouri Attorney General's argument.
Oops, sorry about that. That's going to do it for me over here on the YouTube side. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock here. But if you hang out, want to jump over to the Rumble side, we're going to continue with the hard-hitting news that we can't do on YouTube. Thank y'all so very much for being here. Shout out to all my moderators. And my rebels, thank you guys so very much. We didn't have any calls tonight, but that's okay. We will see y'all on the Rumble side. Let's do this thing.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's try that one more again. It didn't work exactly how I wanted to. Sorry about that. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry about that. Try that again. Let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
See y'all YouTube folks. I appreciate y'all so much. Jump over to the Rumble side if you want to see the rest of the show. Hit and eject on YouTube. 3, 2, 1. See y'all on Rumble.